What's going on, guys? Snaggy here, and it's time to preview round 6 of the 2024 NRL season. And before I get into this, guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the viewers from last week, right? So last week, my preview video went a little long, and if you did watch it from start to finish, right at the end, I looked down, I saw how long it had been going for, and in my head I was like, surely no one's still watching this video right now, would still be watching at this point. And I said, if you're still watching, drop the word legend in the comments. And I cannot believe how many typed legends. So you guys who typed that and watched it from start to finish, you guys are absolute legends. You're the reason this channel is growing so crazy and growing like the way it is. Watch time's the most best analytic for YouTube to push it out to new people. So if you were one of the people that typed legend last week, I just want to say absolutely thank you, and you are the real MVPs. And I'm also going to put a little graphic up here as well. All these guys too who comment so frequently on videos. It really does mean a lot, man. It really does. So thank you so much, guys. We're closing in on 10K. So if you're not already, hit that subscribe button as well. But it all helps. Likes, subscribes, comments. And I love seeing them, guys. I love seeing everyone's takes in the comments there, no matter how rubbish they are. But usually they're not. YouTube's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I get some horrible takes on TikTok, but the YouTube bros know what's up, man. They really do. As always, guys, let's get into it. I want to see your tips in the comments, guys. Who's winning all these games, all that good stuff, 1 through 8. And we got some pretty good games this week. I'm not going to lie. Dolphins versus the Panthers, St. George Dragons versus the Gold Coast Titans, Broncos versus the Roosters again. It's only round 6. Oh, this should be a banger too. Sharkies versus Sea Eagles, Rabbitohs versus the Cowboys, Eels versus the Raiders, Storms versus the Warriors, and Knights versus the West Tigers. Bulldogs sitting back, kicking back after their 5 wins. Now they get to refresh, regroup, get their troops back, and keep trucking on. So shout out to them. All right, now just the leaderboard for our tipping comp at the moment. Max 454 is still out in front, but a lot of people are caught up to him. All right, so most people got about 4 or 5 this round. The odd 6 and 7 in there. I got 6. I'm up to about 40 something, or maybe 50-ish, but I'm on 30 points. So I caught up a little bit. But yeah, shout out to the bros. And how did I do in Supercoach? Give me a quick look. I ended up with, I think it was 1,198, guys. But I'll put my Supercoach up as well. Have a quick look. Let me know who you think I should make some trades for. I actually got some pretty good advice off a couple of people. I was about to trade out a Sarko, and he said, no, bro. One of the bros in the comments said, don't do it, bro. He's going to kill it this weekend. 114. Thank you very much, lad. So that I would have had that dope pick, well, that dope not pick, if it wasn't for one of the bros in the YouTube comments there, guys. All right, guys, as always, we're just going to bust through this. We're not going to do our bets. However, we will obviously be looking at tryline.com, having a little look at what we might pick and some try scorers and some matchups we might be looking at over the weekend as well. But let's get into it, boys. Dolphins versus the Panthers. Panthers on a 4-game skid. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth this decade. I thought they were going to be good until 2028, 2029 at least. But 4-game skid, and Dolphins coming off their first win of the year, flying high. Now, I remember this game, actually, the last 2 times they played. I remember this one because I had Panthers under 29.5 points, and I had Dolphins under 28 points. And I can't remember what happened. Went to extra time, I believe. And I remember going, oh, it's all over. And just threw my toys out of the cot. And then yeah, it ended up hitting somehow. I was like, yes. Oh, man. I love how bets jag your memory of what happened in games. Let's have a quick look at team list, guys, because there is some shake-ups. Dylan Edwards back. Mitch Kenny out. Massive out. He was huge. He's been huge this year, man. He's a really good player. Super underrated. Absolute leads their line speed. Big out. Jake Cole out as well. So Blaze Talangi in. Now, this is pretty cool. We get to see what the young lad's made of. They're going to be substantially better with Dylan Edwards back. As well, I was watching Nathan Cleary. I saw someone made fun of Nathan Cleary. Said, "Oh, he's not even in the top whatever in the Dally M's." I'm like, "Well, he's played 3 games. If you actually, he looks good, man. I think it was Matty Johns, or maybe it was Joey Johns, said it looks like he's operating at a level above the players around him and they don't know what to do. And I thought the same thing. There was a few times where I was just watching, because I watch him like a hawk, because obviously I'm a huge fan, and he dig in, then sort of dug out, fake to turn under. It just looks so much better. It looks like he's on another level compared to every other half. But again, the players around him weren't in the right position, so it didn't really come of anything. But even that banana kick he did, like not banana, just that curving ball, like he was really good, man. He's really good. All right, so we have Summerson in for him, Moses Leota, Lindsay Smith, Sorensen back, Liam Martin, Isaiah Yeo, and Papali'i on the bench. Now, a lot of people have been... I actually said, I just want to, I made a call last year and no one else said it. So I was like... I actually said I think they're going to bring Papali'i, like try and turn him into a Fisher Harris. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? He's going to be on the left edge instead of Sorensen. Penrith don't have big forward packs like that. If you Fisher Harris and Papali'i are the same size, so I just think they were sort of trying to, and that's the player they signed after Fisher Harris left, and they didn't replace him with anyone else. But he needs to be quicker, man. Like Fish had that line speed and all that sort of stuff, and an engine. Whereas I've seen a few times this year, Papali'i is blowing after about 10 minutes because Penrith play very, very quick. All right, now on to the Dolphins. So Ray Stone out, but nothing changed other than who came in for him. Kerr? No, Kerr played last week, didn't he? Nichols played last week? Who comes in? Max Plath. Oh, Gilbert. Gilbert came in, and then they just kept the bench the same as last week. Yeah, cool. Let's have a little look at some matchups, see if we can find some try scorers in here, guys. All right, so we have Bostock on Alamotti, Farmworth on Tungor. Could be some space there, but Cleary, Liam Martin. All right, that should be safe. We've got Jenkins, McLean, Talangi, Sorensen. So right edge, Avarillo, Osako, Finifuiyaki. Not loving anything here, guys. I'm really not, but obviously there's going to be some points scored, but nothing's leaping out at me where I'm like, oh yeah, there'll be points there for sure. But obviously the more inexperienced edge of Penrith definitely could be a target for the Dolphins. But if we have a look at the Dolphins, their attack right, 5th best attack on the right against the 13th best attack defense. Panthers have the 13th, and 17th worst attacks. What? That is outrageous. I mean, these scoring maps do lie a little bit at the start of the year. Not lie, like they're accurate, but like you get what I'm saying. I actually don't think they have the worst right edge defense. They've just happened to concede the most tries on the right compared to any other team after 5 rounds, which I guess equals having the worst. But wow, that is outrageous. Attacking. So yeah, wow. Okay, so I guess you're going. I guess the Panthers do leak the most, but Dolphins also have the worst left edge attack in the comp. Oh wow, so you're better off going right, I guess, and going your 5th best against your 13th, I guess, would be better. But wow, that's outrageous. So here we go, points conceded. So 6 tries on the left wing. Okay, so a lot of teams have 4 or 5. Yeah, wow, that's absolutely crazy. So if you are looking at tries per game, guys, so Dolphins over 2.5, and Panthers conceding 5 per game. And if you want to go here too, I'll probably start using this in my bets a bit because obviously I do the cashback specials with Dabble where you need 4 legs for that. But when I'm doing a not a cashback special, I try and only have 2 or 3 legs. I like tries scored per game and looking at averages, and even better again if you come over here, analytics. You can find totals again because I like how it breaks it down top 4. This is sort of useless until we get it to about round 10. Not useless, but like for example, I think Like, I think if you looked at it right now, Bulldogs technically haven't played a top 4 team, a top 4 or top 8 team. Like, all the teams they've played are in the bottom 9. You know, you get what I'm saying. So we need more games played before we can sort of make a proper assessment of that. But yeah, it's I think I might do that. Just total tries scored, and then if a team's averaging 3.5, you probably safely go under 6.5 or under 5.5 or over 2.5, whatever. You get my drift, man. You catch my drift. As far as my head-to-head one goes, guys, I have to take Penrith just because I'm going to feel like the biggest... They're going to win a game soon, probably this weekend. I'll just feel like the biggest idiot if I don't take them and they lose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been tipping them each week and they've lost. If I tip against them and they win, I'm just going to feel like the biggest knob on planet Earth. Little scoop too. Katoa might be coming back to the Panthers. Didn't hear it from me. All right, Dolphins centre Herbie Farnworth and Jake Averillo have both scored 4 tries in their last 3 games at Suncorp Stadium. Nathan Cleary requires 8 points to break the club's all-time scoring record. He's 27. What the hell, man? This is insane. Hamaso has scored 4 tries in his last 3 games against the Panthers. There's a try score for all you boys. Panthers have won 9 of their last 10 games at Suncorp. Isaiah Katoa will make his 50th appearance. Now, I really want to see Katoa really grab hold of this team from now on. Like I said, this is just parroting what Nathan Cleary said, but Nathan Cleary said he didn't feel like an NRL halfback until he played 50 games. Well, he's at 50 now. It's time to start playing like a genuine first-grade halfback. All right? Come on, Katoa. Steer that team home. But not this weekend. Up the riff this weekend. Please. Dragons versus the Titans. Dragons got them 32-16 last year and 28-4. Both teams coming off losses. Let's have a look at the team lists. So ends. All right, so we are unchanged in the back line from last week. Unchanged in the forwards and unchanged in the backs. It's a huge out for the Titans. Big Tino out. And who will come on for him? So they still have Regan Campbell-Gillard and Mo in the front row. Chris Randall comes in. I love Chris Randall, but that is a huge downgrade. And then their bench looks a little skinny now as well. So that's rough, man. That's rough. Dragons have won 4 of their past 5 games against the Titans. Titans have lost all 6 games played at Wynn Stadium. Tyrell Sloan has scored 9 tries in 10 games at Wynn Stadium. Des Hasler has lost 5 in a row against Shane Flanagan coach teams. Tupulotu has scored 7 tries in his last 6 games. Bro is on a tear. He's really nice. Big boy, finishes well. All right. So obviously we're loving... Let's have a look at the scoring map quickly. So we've got Dragons, left edge is 6th best in the comp, but they defend pretty well there, the Titans. The 5th best defence there. But I would still be going left. Gutho can rip you apart, can rip good defences apart with his ball playing. And Titans is just, it's not really here. It's not really here, is it? It's really not. So let's go back to the preview. So I'd be looking Tuipulotu and Holmes, maybe both for 2 or more. Yeah, Kenny's a monster, bro. I didn't realise how good. I heard everyone amping up Kenny, and I was like, he's all right. Not that good. Come on, man, settle down. He's really good. I didn't think a rookie, or was he a rookie last year? Maybe he played a few games the year before. But anyway, a guy with not many NRL teams make such a big difference when he leaves. I was like, wow. Look, yeah, I got Dragons in this one. They've been pretty consistent. They're just like, they're losing games 22-23. They beat the Storm. Then they lost 24-25, lost 20-28 against the Bulldog. You know what I mean? It's all pretty solid there. So Dragons aren't far off. Lockie Ellis just have to pull his thumb out of his bum and just actually steer a team home. I was sitting there giving him a bit of a hard time because I was like, man, he needs to be better. He keeps losing these close games. And then I actually saw, I was like, he's the one that kicked it out on the full, which gave Parramatta field position to kick the field goal in the end. Not good enough, man. Not good enough. It's one of the few things you really have to nail. But Dragons to get this one, guys. Like I said, I like a lot of Titans players, and I nearly did have to give a formal apology, and all the Titans fans that I watched it said last night were ripping me, saying you never have anything positive to say against the Titans. I will say this, when they get a roll on and their halves can run, they're going to roll good teams, and they actually look pretty nice. I fully concede that. They've been actually pretty nice, but with Tino out, I don't know if these guys can get running behind Mo and Regal Campbell-Gillard as well. And then I don't know, just looking benches and stuff like that. I don't know if their forwards are going to get able to get forward enough to allow the space to let Campbell and Brimson run. And like I said, Dragons aren't too far off the pace. Dragons to win this one, guys. But Titans fans, I don't hate you. I love you, so I'd love to see you do well. I hear you're doing really good things. I heard your memberships are doing really well. I always thought the Gold Coast Titans should get more love. It's a great place, and I hope they do become a super successful club at some point. All right, on to the Broncos versus the Roosters. These guys played this year 50-14 for the Broncos. Roosters touched them up last year. Broncos on a 3-game streak. Roosters on a 3-game skid. Let's have a look at the team list. Piakura is out. Now I'm interested. Who is replacing him? Yeah, okay. Jaden Hunt comes in. I rate Jaden Hunt. I think he's really good. I've seen he came in a few times last year. He was slapping. Really, really good. And big Marty Tapau comes in on the bench. Again, I think Marty Tapau has still a lot to offer in the sense of giving you a good 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So, yeah, that's pretty exciting too. So, 3 genuine front rowers and a dummy half. Now, Adam Reynolds is named. I'm not too sure if he's going to play, but he is named, boys. He's named. So, that is wild. Hope he plays. That'll be cool. Lindsay Collins out for the Roosters. Now, Dom Young is named. I heard he was getting dropped, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Hugo Savala. What a name. Hugo Savala. You just knew he was going to be special. He's only come on as utility for the Roosters, but I saw some of his clips just on 360 just before of him playing half in the lower grades. Looks nice. Looks really nice. Nat Butcher playing front row. I do not love that. Nafuma White. Docker Clay. Steve Lino on the bench. Man, you got to sort of... Panthers and Lino must be filthy. Like... He left Panthers, left all his boys to go play. He wanted to start at the Roosters, and he thought he was going to get his... I'm almost positive they would have said, yeah, Jared's leaving, you can be the alpha when you come. And now he's found himself back on the bench of a struggling Roosters team when he could have been starting for the Penrith Panthers. He would 100% be starting for the Penrith Panthers if he was still there right now. And I genuinely think they'd Penrith would be doing a lot better if they did, because they have been struggling with running meters. And what's Bro good at? He's good at running for meters. Where are we up to? We've done that. All right, here we go. Broncos have not defeated the Roosters twice in a season since 2018. They didn't do it in 2023. Roosters have lost 3 of their past 4 games at Suncorp. Jesse Arthurs has scored 8 tries in his past 6 games. Dong Yum has scored 5 tries in his past 3 games for the Broncos. There you go. All right. Let's have a look at some matchups here, guys. So Broncos' best left edge attack. They've been defending quite well out there. Second best middle attack. And where are the Roosters scoring? Nowhere. They're going all right on the right too. Damn. You'd probably go right edge though. Broncos 17th worst attack on the left. Who's on the left? Is that Jesse Arthurs in that? Jesse Arthurs and I thought they'd been defending well. Oh, that's right. They scored those tries through. Yeah, okay, yeah. And Toa got those 2. Yeah. True. Okay. So, Dom Young, Toya, Wongi. I reckon Wong could be a go for one. But Ben Hunt can be a dead set cone defending sometimes, eh? Like, he He's one of those guys, I don't know why he does it, but he's one of those guys that will try and chop a big, massive bloke a metre from the line, like low. Like, he'll try and tackle him around the legs. I'm like, bro, he's just going to fall over the line and score, bro. You got to go high, man. You're going to get trucked, but at least you might jag the ball free or something if you go high. Like, yeah, I actually don't mind Wong for one here, guys. He could spot up here. Dom Young. And obviously, if you're going left-hand side again for the Broncos, I do feel like their right's going to carve up at some point. But Smith, yeah, not too sure. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that goes. So Broncos scoring 5.6 tries a game. I might take them for over 4.5. And they concede 25 tries a game? No, 2.5. That's it. Conceding. That'd be conceding 25 points. Ooh, damn. 3.2 tries per game for the Roosters. I actually like that as well. You could probably go 3.5 tries for the Roosters, or maybe 2.5. Definitely 2.5. I reckon they could definitely get 2.5 tries against. Like, just looking at that, like that left edge. If this is worse than the comp, they're going to get a couple tries down there, aren't they? You know, and then you're going to get another random try probably as well. Tigers didn't have much of an issue scoring 4 tries. Was it 5? 4? Roosters still have a pretty good team. So maybe Roosters 2.5. Broncos 4.5. I'll get you home. Broncos look like they're pretty keen on just having shootouts with teams at the moment. So Broncos to win. Sharks versus the Seagulls. Now, when I first saw this game, I was like, oh, Sharky's going to get him at Shark Park. Damn. It's at Optus Stadium, boys. It's in WA. She's in WA, lads. Good conditions. Weather is fine. Sharkies got them 40 to 20, and that was the year before. Manly got them 30 to 26. Both teams coming off losses. Sharkies coming off 2. Sharkies lose this, they're all of a sudden in big panic stations. They really are. Now, I said this about the Sharks, and the reason I didn't put them in my top 4 this year, and everyone was like, you're an idiot. They do have a way harder draw. Like, if you actually look at the teams they've sort of had to play this year, you know what I mean? It's been Panthers, Cowboys, Rabbits, Bulldogs, Raiders, and then they've got Manly, and I think they've got a couple of other hard games coming up. I think they're coming up. Maybe it's a little bit later, but you get what I'm saying? Like, before it was just like they were playing like all the bottom teams twice, you know, a lot. So it's definitely going to be a harder run for them. It's not the hardest run in the comp, but it's far harder than it had been the last couple of years. So this is a big one for them. It really is. Yeah, I wouldn't say panic stations, but all of a sudden you're like, ooh, you know. All right, so Corey Waddell is out. Jake Arthur, LIA, McLean, Croker. Croker's back. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Put him in. Put him in. Croker is probably the most underrated 9 in the comp. He's awesome, man. He's really, really good. And I don't like Tavanga, man. I never liked him at the Warriors. I don't get I don't know. I just don't. I think he's obviously he's a good player, but I just I was about to say Timu, but that's a mean version. Like, he's not as a not quite so good a version of like Cheese, where I think he's more of a running 13 than a 9, but he can play 9 and he's fine at it. But I think they need their genuine number 9 in there. They need to get him in. He's a solid defender. He plays hard. I really, really like Croker. I just think he's never going to get the accolades he probably deserves, but he's very, very good. Now, who else? Now, they got LAA back, which is good because they lacked a bit in the middle, and simply back to the bench. Bullymore. This could be tough, boys. This is a tough one to pick. Sharks have won 4 of their past 5 games against the Sea Eagles. Jason Savage scored 12 tries in 13 games. He wasn't playing, is he? Yeah. So, follow to... Oh, he's playing. I thought he got a syndesmosis. Huh. Learn something new every day. Sharks have won their past 3 games in Perth. Olukwadu, who plays 100th. Ronaldo Mulatalo has scored 5 tries in his past 5 games against the Sea Eagles. Damn. It's not bad. Good size. Let's have a look at the matchups and the scoring map quickly, guys. It's got Mulatalo and Hiroti on Garrick and Saab. Okay. Ramian and Stone Street on Kula and Farlongo. Brooks, Brenchovovic, Hines, McLean's, Nakura. And Wilton is back too. I forgot to mention. Right, so Sharks, third best left against third best right edge defence. Seagulls have them covered, huh? Second best right, 12th, 7th. Seagulls scoring 5 tries a game. Sharks scoring 4. And a nice dry track. What time of the day is it? Saturday at 3 p.m. So it'll be daytime there. I like... Damn. Sort of like... But this is a thing. Turbo's been playing for most of this. I'm going to go... Sharks. If this was at Shark Park, I wouldn't have to think about it. But also, if Turbo was playing, I'd be going straight either way to Manly. I think Manly full strength are better than Sharkies. Just my thoughts at the moment. I'm going to go Sharks to bounce back after a 2-game skid. Manly they dropped too low without Turbo. And again, Paseka was such a big out. People weren't talking about. I know they get LAO back. He's goddamn solid. But one of Sharky's strengths is those big forwards, man. And they've just... Look at their bench. Rudolph, Hazleton, Siffer. And then they're starting with Kafusi and AFB. I mean, Takeaho, I think, is one of the most underrated props of all time. But he's old, man. He got pretty bullied. He got pretty bullied. He's born in 1992. He's younger than me. Damn. But not by much. It's only 3 years and I'm way over the hill. Yeah, I'm gonna go Sharkies to get this one, guys. They said they won a few games here too, didn't they? Sharks won 4 of their past 5 games. Sorry. Last 3 games at WA. Man, I hope they get that WA team locked up soon. I really do. Bunnies versus the Cows. Cows got them last year, 28-22 and 31-6. That was the year before. Both teams on a 2-game streak, coming off a loss before that. Bunnies absolutely flying, but they do have some players out, boys. Walker, Humphreys, Ravalawa. Ewan Aiken comes back in the nick of time. That's great. Alex Johnson back as well. Great. Latrell Mitchell, Jaden Sullivan starting, and we have Totola, Kepi, Mamazulas, Kulamatangi, Jai Arrow, and Hubner. Now, where is this game? This game's in WA too, right? Yeah. The same day? That's cool, man. WA, get on board. Just pull your wallets out and give the NRL what they want. I'm telling you, man, rugby league will kill it in WA. I know it didn't kill it back in the day, but now it will go good because I'm telling you, man, there's so many Kiwis that live there. That's first of all, there's so many people that just love sport in WA. I think they own the record for fastest sellout in UFC history. They just do love sport. They're a sporting town. They've got so many Kiwis that live there now that just want to watch anything but rugby league. And there's a lot of I don't know if there's many people from Sydney, but I know there's heaps of people from Brisbane and Queensland that live there too that would just froth rugby league every week. Mines and all that sort of stuff. A lot of them moved over there when the mines dried up here. They went over there. Heaps, man. They'll go good, man. They'll probably get better crowds than a lot of the Sydney games. Seriously, man. State of Origin sold out there already, I think. Or it's damn close to. So they'll kill it now. Zach Laybutt. So no outs. So unchanged team. O'Donnell. Yeah, the same team that beat Penny. Now, Rabbitohs have lost their past 4 games in Perth. Cowboys have not played in Western Australia since 1997. Jai Gray scored 5 tries in his past 6 games. Tuolungi has scored 4 tries in his past 3 games. Rabbitohs have Rabbitohs have won only one of their past 5 games without Cody Walker. That's where I'm a little concerned. All right, let's have a look, see at what we've got going on here. All right, so we've got Johnson, Whiten on Vayala and Derby. There's points there. Kulamatangi, Trell, Mitchell, White and Johnson on Clifford, on Bateman, Clifford, Vayala and Derby. There's points there, boys. They have some Aiken on Tass, Purdy. I love Johnson for try. I know it was really Johnson for tries. About to break the all-time record. Yeah, but I do love that. I love anything on this edge. Kulamatangi running at Clifford, Bateman. Kulamatangi if you want some value. I know it sounds obvious. I'm not breaking any news here, but I like anyone on this left edge here, guys. Even Trell Mitt. Let's have a look at the scoring map. So Bunny's second best left, only behind the Broncos, against the 16th right defense. Anyone on the left, boys. Whoa. I didn't realise Cowboys' defense was so arse. 14th, 15th, and 16th. No, 14th, 14th, and 16th. Whew. For a team that's won 2 out of 3 games. Wow. Cowboys look pretty sharp. Man, I had Rabbitohs winning this, but after looking at this, damn, that's eye-opening. That is really eye-opening. Look, the Cody Walker factor is huge for me. I think Latrell Mitchell do an awesome job, but I just feel like his second game back defended in the line. If I was, well, not that he's a good line runner or anything, but if I'm the Cowboys, I'm just running Taumalolo, I'm running Bateman, I'm running Cotter, I'm running all these guys straight at Latrell and making him make a million tackles. All I'm doing is just running. I'd Robson as well. If there's one marker, just gas towards where Mitchell's tackling. Make Mitchell make 40 tackles in this game, man. Shut down his offense because he's coming back from whatever his hammy, and it takes a month to get your footy lungs, and he doesn't defend there normally. He's normally kicking back, directing orders from out the back there, and he's not even a high volume kick return or anything. So I'd be running everything I would literally go Robson. You know what I mean? I'd literally be just going Tamalolo, Bateman. Oh, someone's left on the ground. Just running at him, just making him work. And I think they can get the big. I'm gonna go Cows, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Could be dicey. That scoring map really scared me, boys. All right, hottest team in the NRL, the Eels versus the Raiders. Previous matchups, we have Raiders got it done last year, 41-8, and then they only played once that year. The year before was 26-18. Both coming off a win, both coming off a couple losses before that. Really liked how the Eels looked, man. I'm stoked from Volkman, Madison, Bailey, Simons. All right, so how are we looking? We're unchanged in the back 7. Front row, Riley Smith comes back. Okay, Hopgood back to lock. Bench, Dylan Walker, Moretti, Geimer, and Tuavati. Bailey Simonson, Volkman, Ryan Madison. Okay, again, so what are we missing anything here? Business as usual for the green machine. Damn. All right. Eels have lost their last 3 games in Darwin. Why do Parramatta take games to Darwin, bro? I haven't said that. They get about 20,000 to a day. Whenever I see people in the AFL, they're always like, we own this state, this, and they're like, we own Darwin. I'm like, bro, NRL is massive in Darwin. They sell out every game that goes there. The kids love it, man. It's absolutely huge up there. Like when I went up there, I used to go up there a bit for work back in the day. There would be billboards all around about Parramatta Eels coming to the Great NT. She's big up there. Sebastian Crystal scored 5 tries his last 6 games. Zach Lomax requires 1 try for 50 tries. Jamal Fogarty will play his 100th. How old is he? $31? He's playing his 100th? Damn. How many is Cleary? Cleary's 27 and hasn't he got nearly 200? How many games has Nathan Cleary played? Let's have a look. So he's 27. We've got to come down here. 176. Man. Look at that goal kicking percentage. That is outrageous. That is so good. Wow, 87%. Just put that in perspective. Hazem El Masri was 81. just for your planet, 82 maybe. Wow, impressive. All right, so I'd love Parramatta to win this, to be honest. Raiders versus Eels. All right, let's have a look at some matchups here. I'm going to go straight to the scoring map here. I want to see who's... So Eels, 9th best left, which is outrageous. They've only won 1 game. So Raiders aren't defending well. Let me just have a look at their form guide here for a second. So leaked 20, leaked 30, leaked 40, leaked 20, leaked 8. So they're leaking. All right, they're definitely leaking points because these numbers aren't great for a team that's won a few games. Let's have a look at the Raiders. So 4th best right, 12th, 15th. Yeah, wow. So matchups here. So hang on, just wait. Raiders. So we want this side, their right edge, which is Tomoko and Savage and Nicholson. Nicholson on Sean Lane, Fogarty, Tomoko. Will Penasini's a pretty good defender. Dylan Brown's a pretty good defender. Sean Lane's an alright defender. Yeah, I like Savage here, eh? I like Savage. Zach Lomax on the right wing. Zach Lomax has been brought into the right wing. Sean Russell in at centre. Interesting. Raiders to win this one, boys. It was a solid win from the Eels, but I'm really liking what the Raiders are doing. I really am. They look tough. They look really tough. Ability to win close games, but in Parramatta, I might take both teams to score some points in that one. Is it a day game? 7:35. Damn. 7:35. Right. Storm versus the Wars, bro. I don't know if you guys saw the graphic, but it was so funny, man. John, you know, we all like, Andrew John's a goat, but he just comes up with some you can tell sometimes he gets asked a question and he just says what he thinks in his head. He doesn't know the actual stats. He goes, I think I've got it here. He goes, Warriors is their bogey team. Warriors is a bogey team. I don't know if you guys can see that, but but yeah, they literally got pumped. But Warriors have been pumped by the Melbourne Storm every game since 2016. like pumped, like 50-10 and stuff. like 42-0, 26-10, 50-10, 32-10, 50-6, 42-20, 42-16, 70-10. Johnson's just like, it's a bogey team. I actually feel where he's coming from, though. There was a little period, I think around 2008, 9, 10, where Warriors were the only team that could beat Melbourne in Melbourne. But that ended over a decade ago, bro. It was pretty funny. But anyway, love you, Johnsy. You're the man. So Storm 38-24 last year and 30-26, not bad. Both teams coming off wins. Warriors fresh off a bye, lads. Fresh off a bye. I'd love the Wars to win this one. I'm riding the Wars. I'm riding every team that's fan base is getting behind you, especially Doggies. I can't wait. Doggies fans reckon there's going to be 60,000 at this Good Friday game, man. I hope they do. I really do. That'd be so epic. I tell you what, I love big crowds. It really from home. It gives such a better viewing experience, man. It really does. It's weird. You're watching the game, but it's just when you hear the roar when there's stuff going on and stuff, it's just better, man. So shout out to the Doggies for pulling some crowds. But Broncos are still humping you. I want to see them crowds up over 40 every week, lads. Up over 40 every week. All right, so Moses Leo, man, I was actually pretty impressed with him. He got found out a few times. It was his second game of rugby league. His first 3 tackles, just tough. He's a player. He's just going to need his legs. Anderson to the wing, Howarth in centres, Leo centre. So a little light there, but I mean not light, but not as dominant as it can be. Munster, Jerome Hughes, Josh King, Stefano, Blore, Katoa, Liero, Bronson Garlic in. Okay. Tui Kamakamitha, Alec McDonald. All right. Big Nelson shouldn't be too far away, I believe. Now, Rocco Berry in for RTS. Tuapiki. I love this dude, bro. He's absolute monster. Pompey on the wing. Chanel, Metcalf. All right, so pretty unchanged, other than obviously they've lost Dylan Walker. Bunty Afoa, hell yeah. Josh Ford. This dude's a monster too, eh? He's Vaya Munga? Vaya Munga? Lika Helmus. Oh, Warriors have some weapons coming through, boys. Oh, I hope the Warriors become good again, man. I mean, I'm not just talking about this year. You're probably sitting there going, we're coming third. What are you talking about, Snag? We are good. I mean, just year in, year out. Winning games. It's going to be a tall task, though. All right, Storm have won their last 16 games against the Warriors. There was that stat we were talking about before. Warriors have not won at Amy Park since 2014. There you go, Johnsy. Aaron Clark will make his 100th. Storm have won 22 of their past 24 games. That is so outrageous, man. Melbourne are so good. It's actually painful. We've got Howarth and Coates on Berry and Tuapiki. I like Xavier Coates to leap over Tiny Tuapiki. Cam Munster's kicking game this year has been Cleary-like. He's never been a known kicker, but oh my God, it's been awesome. Really, really nice. His short kicking game, 20 metres out, just dropping it. It's been incredible. Leo Anderson. I like this Latua. I can't remember to pronounce his name. I need to hear people's names about 40 times before I can pronounce it. I'm sorry to all my whistles. I'm just not good at it, man. I apologise. If you can exploit Leo here, and Anderson, I know he could, I like this edge. Tavita, Capewell, I like that if you go on Wars. But let's have a look at the scoring map. It might make me look a bit silly. Storm, best right edge, third best right edge, best middle. And best right edge defense. So, and Warriors not attacking crazy, but they're not getting tries through the middle. So they're going to have to go left. If you go on Wars, I guess you have to go left, right? Yeah. So yeah, Pompey, the Beast. I'll just call him the Beast until I learn how to pronounce his name. Look, Melbourne to win this one, guys. I love. I want Wars to win, boys. I'm rooting for you. If he's win, I couldn't be happier to lose a tip. But I think you just can't keep against Storm in Melbourne, man. Just too good. 22 or 24. You're going to lose just about every time. That means if they played 100 times, they'd win 92 games. That's just ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. Knights versus the West Tigers. Now, these guys have played this year. Knights got it done, but they were not the better team. I thought Tigers were a better team than them that game. And Knights humped them last year. Both teams coming off 2-game skids after winning 2 games in a row. Both teams are going to be hungry. Absolutely hungry. Right, so we have some outs. We have Elliott, Cogger, Hetherington, Saifidi, and Schiller all out. Huge. So we've got Ponga, we've got McCarthy, Gagai, Best, Marju, Sharp, Crossland playing in the halves, which is okay. You got Brayley on the bench, but we've got Brodie Jones and Leo Thompson in the front row. Thomas can't. Paul Pierce is back. And then we have Tyson Frizzell back in at lock, which I do love. Ooh, we got Leo Thompson's brother having a little crack. Hey? I can't wait to see him go. And we've got Matthew Arthur on the bench. That Arthur's son? Is he the Parramatta coach's son? The other one? Against the West Tigers, who have Fanu out, but get Skelton, Luai, Brett Naden back. All right, sweet. So Ty's still in. I can keep him in my super coach. We have Buller, Skelton, Galvin, Jerome Luai. Man, I'm loving me some Galvin at the moment. I tell you what, boys. Tyrrell May, Fanua Pope, Bolle. Might be my new favourite player, seriously. And I'm loving what Seyfarth's doing. Like, he was such a idiot the last 2 years. Was it 2 years? Such a hothead. I'm like, bro, you're way too trash to be giving penalties away for back chat and holding dudes down and rubbing faces and stuff. You're way too trash to be behaving like that. And he's tidied it up, and all of a sudden looks like a gun. So then all of a sudden their bench looks good. Tyson De Silva comes on, gives you good minutes for Appy. Hunt comes on and just gives you about 15 minutes. He's his best. And Jack Bird, they're a footy team all of a sudden, man. They're a footy team. All right, so we got Knights have won their past 7 games against the Tigers. West Tigers have only won 1 of their past 5 games at McDonald Jones Stadium. Fletcher Sharp has scored 5 tries in his 2 games against the Tigers. Dream Buller has scored 3 tries in his last 3 games against the Knights. Knights are ranked 2nd best defensive side in 2025, but a 17th in attack. Their attack is so yuck. Like, it is so yuck. It's actually makes me want to hurl. Makes me want to hurl. Marju Best. All right, so we got Toa. I'm actually liking seeing the scorer map first now. All right, so Knights attack. You've got Kalen Ponga in there. You've got Bradman Best in there. You've got Greg Marju in there. You've got Tyson Frizzell in there. And you got the 14th worst. You got the 14th worst at left edge attack. How are you doing that? That's almost impossible. That is so outrageously bad. And Tigers defending pretty well, man. And then we have West Tigers, who have the best right edge attack in the comp, lads. And they're not going to... All right, so unfortunately for the Tigers, that's Knights. Like, they've got the 3rd best defense there. I still think there's points there. What am I doing? All right, I like their right edge. I like Toa. I like Luai running off Seyfarth at Cant. Cant's not great, guys. Tigers in 5. What was it? UFC, KFC, Lakers in 5. Tigers 5+. I reckon Tigers get this. I know everyone was bagging them, getting 40 put on. I thought they played awesome against the... When I say... It's like when I give the Bulldogs a rap, I'm seeing lots of stuff they're not doing right, but I love all the stuff they did, like the speed, the energy, the line speed, the kick chase, the marker defence, the locking in, the tying in, the covering your right... You know what I mean? Just all that. So I actually really liked it. Broncos just tore them apart. They didn't have Luai to sort of help them out and counter that a whole heap. So... I like what they did, man. I think Tigers can get this one. Up the Tigers. I really think they get it. All right, that's it, lads. So let's run through it again really quickly. Penrith, Dragons, Broncos, Sharkies, Cows, Raiders, Storms, West Tigers. Bye beats the doggies. Thank you all so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.